Woo! Hey everyone, and I hope you enjoyed Task 1. In this little overview section each week, I'm going to give a brief overview of how Eaglegamer and I came up with the task and our thinking process behind it, and then follow up with an analysis of the top 4 runs. Starting with the task overview, I wanted this series to be pretty balanced between movement and routing, with some tasks more movement heavy and some more routing heavy. This task in particular I've actually had in mind since the end of Movement Task Season 4 in March of this year. Originally, this task was a movement task, and would end on getting these coin rings at the end of the sub area. I found that using a route to the right and then RCBing to the coin rings was by far the fastest route though, so I changed the task to make it so that you have to collect a coin ring from 2 sets of them on the left side of the sub area instead. I think this made for a really good movement heavy task with some routing still involved. Eaglegamer and I wanted to have at least one task in the series take place somewhere where there hadn't been many tasks done before. There have been over 100 seasons of various task series by this point, so not repeating any existing tasks was crucial and also an incredibly hard challenge, so putting one in this sub area helped to ensure this task would feel unique and fresh from anything done before, which is why I decided it'd be the perfect fit to start the series off. That being said, let's move on to a top 4 analysis. In top 4 we have some familiar faces. In 4th place is Gorgonim, a top 2 player runner of the game. In 3rd is Zypher, making a return after placing in top 4 in Movement Task Season 4 at the start of this year. At 2nd place is Autumn, another top runner of the game. And winning the task is Busterdoggy, who placed top 4 in 7 out of 8 tasks in Movement Task Season 4 at the start of this year, and won the series by a wide margin. Even though he seems to be the favored person to win the series, it will be interesting to see how he does in the less movement-oriented tasks down the road. Starting with Gorgonim's run, he dives instantly out of the pipe and does an up throw roll cancel before triple jumping off the edge here. This movement will be pretty similar to what all of our top 4 runners do, as well as a commonly used strat between all participants in this task. Gorgonim then opts to vector to the left and then does a dive vault off the very corner of this platform, which is another strat a lot of players seem to adopt. He then throws Cappy towards these coin rings and does a fast dive onto this tilting platform. Quickly doing this dive after throwing Cappy in a slightly different direction is something many players struggled with, and it's impressive to see these runners in the top 4 get the dive so fast. After this point is where many runs started to differ. Gorgonim decided to do a spin pound upon landing, which helps move the tilting platform up since he's spending more time on the other side of it. He then roll cancels and triple jumps off the top edge of the platform, and then once Cappy comes back to him, he cap bounces off of Cappy, and is able to use a triple throw to home into the coin ring faster than you'd otherwise be able to. Overall, a very solid time of 8.800 that beat many other submissions due to the run's smooth execution. Moving on to our 3rd place runner, Zypher. Zypher and Gorgonim shared pretty much the exact same strats throughout the run, with both doing the spin pound off the tilted platform and the triple throw to get the coin ring. Zypher starts his run insta-diving a bit more to the right, which might have lost a little bit of time to Gorgonim because of a slightly worse line for the triple jump, but it's hard to say for sure. The middle part of Zypher's run is very similar to Gorgonim's up until the dive onto the tilted platform. Zypher seems to get a slightly faster spin pound than Gorgonim was able to get, and he's able to get a very fast cap bounce and triple throw into the coin ring at the end. Very impressive run overall from Zypher, getting a time of 8.783, beating Gorgonim by a frame. In 2nd place we have Autumn, who had a pretty unique strat that most top submissions didn't utilize. Before that though, he starts his run with a great dive at the beginning, choosing to roll cancel into Yoshi prior to triple jumping. Unlike Gorgonim and Zypher, he decided to vector to the right before dive vaulting and cap throw diving to the tilted platform. Here he was able to land closer to the back edge of the platform so that he could roll boost instead of spin pound, while still allowing the platform to tilt up just enough for the triple throw to the coin rings to still work. The triple throw to the coin rings definitely took longer than Gorgonim and Zypher's triple throw, since he was lower in the air due to not spending as much time raising the platform, but the roll boost made up for it and ultimately was able to save him a few frames, giving him a time of 8.750. Finally, we have Busterdoggy, who seems to be starting off his 2nd task series the same way as he started his first one, with a win. He begins his run with a very good line at the start and vectors to the left before the dive vault. Unlike Autumn, Buster goes back to the spin pound strat to tilt the platform up as much as possible. He's able to triple jump off the very top of the platform, which allows for him to cap throw very soon after, making sure to have Cappy return to him right before doing that cap throw, so it counts as a double throw. As a result of his height, he's able to immediately dive onto the back end of the platform. He does this dive and gets a jump off the ground very quickly that he's able to still get the triple throw and home into the coin rings. Since he was on the same level as the coin rings, Cappy was able to home into them far quicker than he was able to for any of the other top 4 times, and he also spent less time in the air overall, leading him to win by a wide margin with a time of 8.583. Before we end this video, I want to give some quick shoutouts to some other runners who had very unique strats or routes in their runs that I thought were worth mentioning. Lucid had the fastest run, getting the other coin ring at the ending, as well as the only sub 9 with that route, and he did this using a roll cancel bounce off of the tilted platform before jumping and spin throwing to the coin rings at the end. This route was ultimately about 0.4 seconds slower since the coin rings are simply farther away, but Lucid was still able to grab 6th place with them due to his really smooth movement throughout. Pajulu is one of the few people that didn't do a dive vault off of this blue block. Instead, he dove onto the platform and roll boosted, avoiding the mini Goombas before doing a motion control roll cancel bounce, which looks really cool. Then he capped through towards the coin rings and did an intentionally slow spin pound to raise the platform enough so that after rolling and having Cappy come back at the right time, he could get a cap return jump and end the run with a similar strat to what Buster did. Checker Champ went to the left at the beginning of his run, allowing him to roll boost on the edge of this area and do a roll cancel bounce onto the first tilted platform before getting the first set of coin rings. This ultimately lost time because of the worst line, but it was a really cool idea nonetheless. Alright, that's going to conclude this week's task results. Congrats to everyone who participated in their runs, and I hope you enjoyed the start to the series.
Woo!